Here we are at Mission Santa Clara, the first mission named after a woman. Missions were much more than just churches. Each mission had a church, a courtyard, or a quadrangle, a cemetery, living quarters, workshops, and agricultural fields. Santa Clara was rebuilt several times because of floods, earthquakes, and fires. In fact, there have been 6 Santa Clara missions in 5 different locations, the most of any of the missions. Here you see St. Francis, St. Clair, and John the Baptist on the front. We are inside the mission and it's still used for religious services. We have to be very quiet. This is the adobe wall from Mission Santa Clara. This wall was built in 1822. It is one of the only remaining original structures from Mission Santa Clara's 5th mission site. This is the remaining of an old oven in the 1800s. Walking along the adobe wall, here is the window, and an old wall safe the Padres filled with spices. Looking out at the old quadrangle. And at the university campus. These are some of the original adobe bricks. Here we are at the second oldest building, the Adobe Lodge. Shh, come on in. Here we are in the Adobe Lodge. People still come here today. Here is the lunchroom. Now come over here. I wonder what's over here. Yeah. Follow me. Right this way. This is the only mission with the college campus built around it. This is the welcoming cross. Each California mission had a welcoming cross out front. This is the life-size statue of Father Sarah. This is the Day Say Museum on campus. Here you see a Thule house. The frame is made of bent willow sticks. Then the Thule is bundled and tied to the frame. Thule was a wonderful material for making houses because it provided shelter but also allowed for ventilation. Here are some Ohlone Indian artifacts used before the Spanish came. This is an infant carrier and an eel and fish trap. The arrival of the Spanish. The Spanish introduced lots of new materials. They brought materials from faraway places like China and the Philippines. Before the Spanish, the Ohlone made everything from plants and animals found near their village. When the Spanish came, they brought luxurious fabrics, metal, and clay. The end of the missions, 1822. The mission churches were turned into local churches. These items are from the Mexican period. The vast land holdings that once belonged to the missions were distributed. Most of the land was given to the Mexican families called Californios. Unfortunately, this process was not fair. The native people who had lived at the missions did not get land. In 1926, the fifth mission burned down. These are old photographs that were taken of the fire. They saved what they could from the burning mission and tried to put the fire out. We are now leaving Mission Santa Clara. See ya! Until next time.